And we are live. We are live on this April 25th, the 26th for some of you, but there is some huge lottery news happening, but also most importantly, we are going to dive into your questions. So if you are new to this channel, my name is Timothy Schultz. I host the podcast Lottery, Dreams, and Fortune, and this YouTube channel. I actually am a lottery winner. Of course, myself, it's one of the things that happened to me. And now I'm meeting and interviewing other people that have won various prizes, not just lottery winners, though, people also that are very much into consciousness, intuition, that sort of thing. So welcome. Let me know. If you play the lottery, what would you do? What will you do if you win? Comment in this live chat if you're lucky enough to be here live. If you are watching this and it's no longer live, that's okay. Put your comments below this video. We love checking out your comments. That's right, you. And do you choose your own, if you do play the lottery, do you choose your own numbers or do you prefer like a computer generated pick? What feels best to you? I have interviewed people that have won anywhere from thousands to hundreds of millions, and it really varies. Some people have chosen their own numbers. They swear by that. Other people, a lot of people, in fact, most people, 80% of people have used the computer pick. But what do you prefer? Let me know in this live chat. Comment if you are here. And what will you do if and when you win? Because anything's possible. Play responsibly, but it is possible. But welcome. I see this chat room is blowing up. I usually choose my own number. Says, "Oh, soy you, Aluya baby," and I love that name, even though I'm not pronouncing it correctly. But thank you for your comment. Investments and have fun. So Will is going to invest. That's a very wise thing. One of the first things you should do if you win a major prize, in my opinion, is to seek the help of financial advisors behind the scenes before you even redeem the ticket. Of course, it depends on your background and how much you win, but it's a good idea in a lot of cases. What's the craziest lottery story you've heard? Python Flutter, thank you for your question. I really appreciate that. I have heard so many because I've interviewed so many people. And of course, I cover lottery news stories, but the craziest story, I mean, there's so many people that I've met and interviewed that had these very serendipitous things happen, or they told people they were going to win and then it happened. So those things happen all the time, or people that intentionally manifested. There's someone that actually, did you guys hear about this? This happened a few months ago. Someone won, I think it was 1.3 billion in the state of Oregon. And he wrote out every single lottery number, every possibility. He wrote every single number. He slept with that piece of paper under his pillow for, I think it was 2 weeks. Don't quote me on the timeline, but he slept with it under his pillow. He prayed to God and to win the lottery, I believe. And then he won this massive prize. It is so incredible. So what do you guys think about that type of story? That's one of them, but I could go on and on. There's so many, including many people I've interviewed and continue to interview on this channel that have very inspiring, incredible, wild stories. Hi, Tim. Take care of my family and travel and invest. I use Quick Picks. Cindy Russell, hello. So Cindy Russell is a fan of the Quick Picks. Cindy, thank you so much. Hit the like button, everybody. Yes, Daniel Marquez, if you appreciate what we are doing here, smash the like button. Let YouTube's algorithm and me know that you appreciate what we're doing. Thank you so much, Daniel, for your comment. England here, Rob Holyoke. Thanks for joining from England. The Euro Millions today is up there. I know some of you are playing Euro Millions and Euro Jackpot. The jackpots are pretty high. So we create our own reality. Fortune from within. Fortune from within. We create our own reality. Thank you very much. So what do you guys think about that? Do you believe in manifestation? Do you believe that our mindset and subconscious mind and connection and everything, that we create our own reality? What are your thoughts? Comment in this live chat. And more importantly, like, can you, not more importantly, but also importantly, as it pertains to this channel, can you manifest a jackpot? Is that possible? A lot of people I meet and interview believe that it is. Good morning, Tim. I'm from New Zealand. I love your channel. Well, thank you so much. Good morning in New Zealand. I'm not sure what time it is in New Zealand, but welcome to you. Thank you very much. I have not yet interviewed a lottery winner, a major winner from New Zealand, but I know that day is coming. I have interviewed someone from Australia that won $1 million, and I know I'm going to be interviewing more with Gary. If you have not watched that, you might want to check it out. It's pretty interesting. And he also was an extra in quite a few movies that you might have seen, such as Mad Max Furioso. If you haven't watched that movie, that interview with Gary, check it out. He read The Secret before he won, which was interesting as well. I can't wait to win, help my family, donate to others. Thank you for your comment. Did you win with your own numbers? Jacob, thanks for your question. I won on a quick pick, a computer-generated pick. So that's how it happened for me. That's usually how I played, usually one ticket at a time, because it only takes one ticket for a chance. And as a gas station clerk, especially, I could not afford to be spending much more than that. When I win, I'm going on vacations, brand new house and a car, a great financial advisor, of course. Lottery 888. Look at that wisdom. That is very wise. Okay. Hello from Italy. Well, hello in Italy. Hello. There was a show in Italy, in Rome, that I was on right after I won the lottery. That was, at the time, it was one of the top rated shows in Italy. And I know from being there that the lottery itself is a big deal in Italy. So if you are playing, I wish you good luck. Thank you so much. When I win, I want to glorify the Lord and build a family compound. Millie, thank you for your comments. I wish you good luck. Blessings to you. Tim, I need to go ahead and set up my appointment with you and the team because I'm determined I'm going to win by summer's end. Kobe, Dallas. Kobe, I wish you good luck. Play responsibly, but hey, anything is possible. I wish you good luck. And if you do win, when you win, any of you, and you watching this, if you win the lottery or you've already won something or you have a story that you think is a good fit for this podcast, then email my team. We want to hear from you. We can keep you anonymous as well if you wish. Amandine Diamonds, I am from France. Well, greetings in France. I love France. Greetings to you. And I actually have an announcement coming up about France, but I can't make that today. Hello. Hi, Timothy. I appreciate you for what you do for us. I like scratchers than quick picks tickets. It's possible to manifest a jackpot. Mary Irving. Thank you, Mary. Thank you so much. What do you guys... So we know how Mary feels, and I really appreciate that. What do you feel? What do you think? Do you believe in manifestation? And if so, do you believe it's possible to manifest a lottery jackpot? Because a lot of people I meet and interview absolutely do, and they swear by it. And they come onto this show, and not every guest, of course, that I've interviewed believes or follows that sort of thinking, but a lot of people do, which is pretty interesting. Good morning from Vegas, worldwide Devon. Hello in Vegas. I believe winning is definitely possible. Well, you're right about that. It is possible. Do you believe in the law of assumption? I believe there's a lot of power in that, in assuming the wish fulfilled, and assuming that it's already done, and already becoming what it is that you are seeking to achieve in your mindset. There's a lot of power in that, I believe. Timothy, it was meant for you to win, especially on one ticket. It was meant for you to win. Mary Irving, well, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate your support, Mary. Okay, so let's try to dive. I wanted to ask you guys, have you ever had like a lucky moment that with anything really, where you've won something or something happened where you felt very lucky? It doesn't have to be a lottery prize, but anything in life. Let me know in this live chat. We love checking out stories like that. Manifestation is real because it is about feeling, whether we notice it or not. When we think, we feel. When we feel, we attract. When we attract, we manifest. Jenny, thank you for your thoughtful comment. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing well. Cool to catch the live early on today. Miko, yes, welcome to you. Welcome. Thanks so much. Ricardo Shilly Shally, what is happening? I sold a 500 scratcher yesterday. He called the party store to thank me. You sold, so you must be, do you work at a gas station or you work at a party store? Well, regardless, you sold a 500 ticket. So how did that feel? Because that's pretty cool. I mean, I used to do that. I used to sell lottery tickets. And I noticed every time the jackpot got really, really high, there would suddenly be lines, like sometimes out the door. And because it got all this media attention, all this momentum, and everyone would come in and talk about what they're going to do when they win. And it was really, really fun. So to sell a ticket that wins, well, of course, I sold myself a winning ticket, but to do that, I think it has to feel really good, even like selling a ticket to somebody and having them win. I think it's amazing. What is manifestation? Richard Santee. Well, I guess it depends how you define it, but creation, you could substitute it for creation and think about how our mindset and our mentality, and I think it goes deeper than that, but those two things on the surface, I think most people can relate to how that determines your outcome. Do you think your thoughts have anything to do with your reality? Do you think it's all just a coincidence, happenstance, right place at the right time, or do you think there's something more to it? That's a question we talk about a lot. Sherry has been a member for 1 month, but she's actually been a supporter for years. She's one of the biggest supporters of this channel, in fact. And she says, good morning from New Zealand. Sherry, good morning to you. Good morning in beautiful New Zealand. Thank you so much for being here today. And she gifted a few memberships in last week's live. So we definitely still want to thank her, because there are quite a few members of this channel that became members when they were just selected randomly from a gift that Sherry did last week in this very live. So thank you very much, Sherry. Washington, D.C. Vince. Hello in Washington, D.C. There are some crazy stories coming out of Washington, D.C. When you spoke about the law of assumption, and it was 11:11 on the clock. Wow, Ms. Really? Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, the law of assumption. I definitely believe in that concept. For me, it's real. Yesterday, the number 11 kept popping up for me and my wife, and so we went to 7-Eleven and got $11 worth of tickets, and the last ticket had the power number 11. Daniel, wow, thank you, Daniel, for your comment. I manifested my crypto portfolio, multiplying it, and it happened. Well, if you have a story, Melomania, I might be mispronouncing that. If you want your story considered, or anybody watching this, even for a short testimonial, then email my team, because we love hearing stories like this. It doesn't even have to be about the lottery. And if you want to stay anonymous, that's something we can definitely do. We've done it before. We're going to be doing it again. You could even come on here in costume, as we often say. Had a dream about winning a huge jackpot a month and a half ago, which I had to speak at a press release. I think you mean press conference, but haven't happened yet. Hang Chen. Wow. So it sounds like a really intense, vivid dream. Thank you for sharing. So I'm winning a lottery jackpot, so I'll reach out to you when I'm available to talk. Awesome TV. That is awesome. I look forward to that. Ms. Really, I forgot to say hello. Well, hello to you, and thank you for being a member of this channel. How do you deal with doubt? How do you deal with doubt after a long period of manifestation? How do you deal with doubt? That is such a good question. So if you believe in manifestation, or you're trying to manifest something into your life and you have doubts, how do you deal with that? And that's one question I get, because I'm actually writing a book right now. And so there's a section in there that's frequently asked questions. Most of it's not frequently asked questions, but there's a section in there for questions just like this one, because it is asked all the time. I get asked this question all the time. How do you feel all the time? How did I feel all the times when I played and did not win? But it doesn't just pertain to the lottery, I guess anything, but pertaining to the lottery, I didn't feel like, I didn't suddenly think I wasn't going to win. I felt a little disappointed, but then I thought, well, there's another drawing coming up. And I still feel that way because once in a while I'll play the lottery. I don't play very often, but I don't get caught up. I try not to get caught up in the disappointment of something not happening right away. And I just feel like if it's meant to happen, it's going to happen. And so that's how I feel about it. But what do you guys think? When is the next entry coming out? Calvin Porter, thanks. Do you mean the next interview? Calvin, first of all, thanks for being such a big supporter of this channel. Here's a preview of the next interview that should be out early next week, but there's quite a few with lottery winners and others that have already been recorded that are coming soon. But let's do a preview of the next one, just so you can take a look at this.
And all three of
let's back this up.
So we put our names in and all three of us got selected. It was super crazy. It's like I want to say a dream come true, but it's like you can't even imagine it unless you've had the experience, I think. So they called her up there and she got to play, and then they told her that the prize was the Cadillac, and she wins. She wins. She puts all the numbers together, gets the right price of the Cadillac. It was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And so I just started studying about law of attraction, law of assumption. I had like a vision that I was going to win the lottery. It was clear as day. It was like, I saw it, and then I heard, you're going to win the lottery.
Welcome to Lottery Dreams and Fortune. All right, so what do you guys think about that? That interview that's coming up actually next week. That'll be out early next week. Calvin Porter, thank you so much for your question. And here's JTM Vintage, who says, I've manifested some things. My dream wedding paid for by Netflix, cars, trucks, businesses, saw our daughter before she was born, have dreamed and created our dream house much daily. It's wild. So you have, seriously, you've manifested all these things, a wedding paid for by Netflix, cars, trucks, businesses, saw your daughter before she was born. That I have more questions here for you. I would love to have a conversation about that and learn more about that. Feel free to email my team. That sounds incredible, and congratulations to you with all that stuff. Fatira Jana, who is a member with a very generous $1.99 super. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. That means the world to me. Thank you very much. She says, hi, Tim. Yes, in 2018, I won a 5,000 gift card from Uber. Wow. So you won a 5,000. I didn't even know they gave away gift cards like that, but congratulations to you. Congratulations. Thank you so much for sharing that. And thank you again for the very generous super and for your support. It truly means so much to me. Thank you very much. I received the very generous membership gift from Sherry last week. Thank you, Sherry. Well, there we have it. There is one of the recipients. There were several people that received free memberships last week in this live, thanks to Sherry. And I also want to say that we do these members-only lives once per month. And the next one is actually coming up next week. So if you happen to be a member of this channel, you'll get a notification if you don't see this. You know, some of you aren't in here right now. A lot of you are, some of you aren't, but you will get a notification. But next Monday, and that's at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. UK time. And I should do the math and figure out what time it's going to be in New Zealand, because I know a couple of you are from there. So yeah, but next Monday is the members only live. And the nice thing about that is I can actually get to every single question. We talk a lot about what's happening behind the scenes with this channel, and we can really get a little more in depth than some of these lives, because there's so many questions that I can't get to all of them. And so let's try to jump into this live chat. I believe in manifestation, come with doubts, but at this point to keep believing and have faith. What do you guys think of faith? How do you think faith plays a role in your reality or your happiness or in this case, like winning a prize or having like the amount of love and success or whatever you're seeking in your life? How do you think faith does or doesn't play into that? What do you guys think about that? Because I think faith is very powerful. Neon the Phoenix with a very generous $2 super, and she is a huge supporter of this channel. Thank you so much, Neon the Phoenix. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who says 11 benevolent elephants? That is a tongue twister if I've ever seen one. Happy Friday to you, Neon the Phoenix. I'm glad I was able to say that, and thank you very much for the very generous super. Really appreciate that. I had a dream telling me I was going to win the lottery, and Source literally told me the numbers. It was so clear, so I know it will come to pass. Mikos. That sounds like a deep, intense meditation. So yeah, that's interesting. I did interview. Did you guys watch this interview a couple years ago with someone that won Malate, which is a very popular lottery in Mexico? And this person, this individual, Xavier is his name, and he was in a church. He was praying, and he heard this voice that told him to go play the lottery. And then he went out and he won this major prize from Malate in Mexico. So it was an incredible story. Did you guys watch that? So Sherry, nice to see you. Just woke up from a dream where Tim had wrote me a reply commenting using AI. I was so annoyed. Oh my gosh. Well, that sounds like, hey, you know what though? AI is taking over everything. Am I even here right now, or is this AI just talking for me? Are we in the Matrix? What do you guys think? Write things down sets the intention. Alpha dog. So you believe in writing things down. A lot of people swear by that. And I think it's it's just fascinating to see when lottery winners have won prizes when they wrote things down, like Daniel Howard, who won $1 million in UK from Euro Millions. He wrote out a check to himself, and I interviewed him about this if you haven't watched this, but he wrote out a check to himself for £1 million. He said he was going to win by a certain date, and he had some other things that he did besides just writing it down, but that's one thing that he did. And it kind of reminds me of Jim Carrey when he wrote out that check for $10 million before receiving that exact amount from, is it Dumb and Dumber, the movie? But it's pretty interesting. Would you interview Brad Duke or Neil Wanless, Calvin Porter? I would love to interview both of those people. They both have very inspiring stories. Thank you so much for the question. I really appreciate it. And the guest suggestion, because oftentimes guest suggestions end up being people I actually interview on this channel. So I can't tell you how grateful I am for each and every guest suggestion. So thank you so much. My turn to win the lottery jackpot, Victoria. Well, look out, everybody. Make some room for Victoria. Victoria, I wish you good luck. What do you think of playing at casinos? Are you a fan? Well, thank you for your question. I have nothing against it. I'm not a huge, you might not know this unless you really have been following this channel for a while, but I'm not like a huge gambler. But, I'll play the lottery once in a while. If something inspires me, I know it's possible to win. It is. As far as a casino, it is possible to win at a casino too. I don't go there very often. If I happen to be in Las Vegas or something, I've gone to some fights out there or been on, different shows. And if I go to Las Vegas, then I will gamble, but normally I don't typically go to casinos, but some people do. And I've interviewed people that have won major, major prizes from slot machines. I interviewed someone that won or was one of the top contestants in the World Series of Poker. And so people win. That's real, but play responsibly, if you're doing it. So Tim, you should write a checklist on what to do when you win the lottery or sudden wealth. Sell it for $19.99. Millie, I love that suggestion. Yes, $19.99. That is the year that I won the lottery. So yeah, that would be an appropriate price. But I actually am writing a book right now, and one of the chapters is what to do when you win the lottery. It goes way deeper than that, though, into my own journey and to a lot of the people that I have met. So it goes way deeper, but I, of course, do cover that because I have a lot of advice from my own experiences and from a lot of the people I've met and interviewed on this channel, including financial advisors and attorneys and other winners. But thank you. Hang Chen with a 119 euro super sticker. Amazing. Blessings to you. Blessings. Thank you so much. I wish you abundance. I wish you good luck if you're playing the lottery as well. And I wish you happiness. Thank you very much for the extremely generous super and for your support. I really appreciate that. Casinos in Vegas were better when the mob ran the game. Rob B. Me. Okay. Faith is, because we were asking earlier, what do you think about faith? Is there power in faith? And Miko says, faith is one of humanity's greatest abilities. It makes and breaks empires. It isn't just tied to religion. It's one way hope manifests itself through our actions or how we conduct ourselves. Miko, thank you for your thoughtful comment. I believe there's so much power in faith because if you believe something, if you believe that it is, not only is it possible, but that you're going to do this, or that something's going to happen in your life, then that is such, if you say something, just for me anyway, if I say something like, I am this, I am that, that has so much more meaning. That has so much more faith in yourself that you are these things, for example. But, if you believe in something more than just being physical bodies like I do, then it goes beyond that too, like faith to being connected to something greater and what that can do for us. Oksana Pauls with a $1 super amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Blessings to you. Blessings to you. I wish you good luck. Thanks for your support. I get so overwhelmed, like not overwhelmed, but just I'm so grateful for all of these supers. So thank you, thank you, thank you. It really means a lot. Faith is within manifestation. Shani, thank you for your comment. Congratulations on the book. Can't wait to read it. Keep us updated. Cindy, absolutely, I will. Cindy, thank you very much. I will keep you updated. It's getting very, very close, which is exciting to see. Could you interview more Lotto Max winners? Corinne, I absolutely would love to. I have interviewed Randy Rush, who won a 50 million Lotto Max jackpot a few years ago. And his story is incredible if you haven't watched that interview or listened to it, because this podcast, for those of you that are new, or maybe you just might not know if you just watch YouTube, but it's on the major audio platforms. So Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts. I could go on and on. But anyway, you can listen to it if you'd like. And yes, we absolutely do want to interview more Lotto Max winners, and we will be. And perhaps, Corinne, that could be you if you're playing Lotto Max. But play responsibly if you are. I agree, faith is very powerful. I am the daughter of a pastor, so I grew up in a home that believed in the power of faith. Miss Bo 0891, thank you for being a member of this channel. Yes. And that's interesting. And so I agree with you. I think faith is extremely powerful. It really is. I say put Jim Carrey on the interview list. Explore Ben. Yes, we would love to interview Jim Carrey. He is so inspiring. So absolutely, he absolutely is on the interview list. Thank you, Explorer Ben, for the suggestion. And look at this, an 1111 super from Tiffany Sumo. How symbolic is that with the 1111? Extremely generous super Tiffany Sumo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Says, thanks, Tim, for this inspirational channel. Faith is the possibility of a dream coming true. I have faith that I'm the next lottery jackpot winner, multi-millionaire ticket holder. I won $500 twice. Tiffany Sumo, you won $500 twice? And oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much. And I wish you good luck. I wish you happiness and abundance and a fantastic weekend. And Tiffany, thank you for your support and the very generous super. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I wrote a future check to myself after listening to the interview where y'all talked about that. So you did it. You did it. You wrote out a check to yourself, which is exactly what Daniel Howard did, who I interviewed before he won $1 million. And I love hearing stories like that. Like if you write out something, whether it's a check or you just write it out on a piece of paper, because I've interviewed people that have done that too. And so some people swear by that. Do you already have a title for your book? Googly Bear, thank you for being a member. I have a couple tentative titles. So it's down to like 2 or 3 choices. So maybe in the members only live, since you're a member, we will talk about that. But thank you so much for the question. I wish you win ASAP. Python Flutter. Who do we wish wins ASAP? There's a lot of people in here. But and actually there's a lot of lottery winners that often come into these live chats as well, like other lottery winners. And if you happen to be one, then welcome. Regardless, you're welcome. I saw one number in a dream last month. The next day, that number came in the Powerball. Today, I got 2 numbers in my dream, hoping to see them in the European lottery. What do you think about it? Alex. Well, first of all, Alex, what do I think about it? I think it's incredible. I love hearing stories like that. I personally didn't dream about specific numbers, but I did dream that it had already happened. It convinced me that it was going to happen. It was just really, really real. Like it felt really real. And I've had lots of dreams like that about other things, like other than or in addition to the lottery. But when you hear these stories of people that have dreams about lottery numbers and then they come out, I mean, for me, it's difficult to just brush that away as being a coincidence. It really is. So thank you for your comment. Make sure to advertise the book. Ricardo, thank you. You guys will definitely know about it. I don't really promote it much right now because it's not done, but I definitely will be promoting it and talking about it once it's up, because I'd love to share it with you guys. And as a member of this channel, you guys are going to get first crack at it for sure. Hello, Tim. A couple weeks ago, I drew myself a lottery check for 100 million. Also, after you won, did any people you previously dated want you to come back into your life? Yeba, thank you for your question. And first of all, so you also wrote yourself a check for, looks like 100 million. That's really, really exciting. And if and when that plays out, I mean, I love hearing stories like that. Hey, I've interviewed people that have done that exact thing. And it's so interesting and inspiring and incredible when I hear stories like that. So I wish you good luck and thank you so much for sharing that here in this chat. And after I won, did any people previously dated come back into my life? Yes, they did. They did. Some people did, which is interesting. So I should just leave it at that. But there's a couple things I do want to say about that. One is that if you date, well, I felt like people were some people, I had a real fear. My mentality after I won, I had this fear that people wanted me for the wrong reasons. So it was really difficult to give people a chance. And on the other hand, some people that knew me from before that I already trusted, I was more apt to let them into my life. Not necessarily exes. It depended on what happened and what my relationship was with them before winning. But anyway, it was really a psychologically and socially challenging time for me personally, but I don't blame that on the lottery. It's not this external thing. It's not the lottery's fault. That doesn't happen to a lot of people. That's how I dealt with it. That's how my mentality was. But I got over that, and I don't feel that at all anymore. And so, but thank you very much for the extremely generous super. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for the $10 super. Faith is the absence of doubt. Doubt slows manifesting. Faith, hang out with Michael. Hang out with Michael. Faith is the absence of doubt. Doubt slows manifesting. And isn't that so true and so wise? And if this is the Michael I am thinking this is the Michael, like this is the Michael. This Michael knows manifesting. And so you guys should definitely check out if it's the Michael I think it is. But yeah, I have to, yeah, absolutely. And I agree with that. Thank you very much and for being here. Jesus Christ is King with a $2 super. May God bless everyone. Great to see you. Love, Tim. Jesus Christ King. Well, may God bless you as well. May God bless you as well. Thank you so much for the very generous super. Blessings to you. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate that. Rob B. Me, with the recent change in Mega Millions, have sales been adversely affected or still a bit early to know? Rob B. Me, I'm not entirely sure because I'm not affiliated with the Mega Millions. I don't know what's happening on the back end of their sales. So I honestly don't know. But I do know that the jackpots go up quicker because the tickets are 150% higher. They went from $2 to $5 per ticket. So even if way fewer people are playing, theoretically, the game is still going to go up. And it starts at 50 minutes. So that's what I think about that. So if I had to guess, I would think fewer people are playing, but the jackpots are going up higher and the odds are slightly better. But what do you guys think about that? Miss Bo 891, who is a member, says, I am a registered nurse working in aged care, and we had a resident who had won a major lottery prize when he was younger. He still had the paperwork from it and showed it to me one time. Wow. That's incredible. If you guys know of anybody that's won a prize, especially if you think that they're a good fit for the themes of this channel, then have them email my team. We love hearing stories like that. Thank you so much. One of the winners you've connected with over the years, what was the highest jackpot? Jer. Well, if you mean connected as in the sense of appearing on this podcast and this show, the highest jackpot, let me think about that. Collectively, I've interviewed people that have won right around 600 million. The highest, I think, well, Cynthia Stafford won 112. Neil Trotter, who I interviewed, won, I think it was 108 million, or right around there. And there were some others. Another person whose family won 165 million jackpot. So those come to mind, but there may be one that's higher than that. So I'd have to really look into it, but right around there, I'd say hundreds of millions are the highest that I've interviewed so far. But I know that I'm going to be interviewing someone that has won over $1 billion. It is going to happen because it happens to people and it's inevitable. Adam the Car Guy with a 1555 super. And you have to love the lucky fives on that. And you have to love the name Adam the Car Guy, who is a member of this channel already with his extremely generous super. Thank you so much, Adam the Car Guy. I feel my win coming way down in my soul. I feel it. Adam the Car Guy. Well, I feel it too. I feel good luck for you. So thank you so much for the very generous super. Play responsibly, of course, but I wish you good luck and thank you so much for your support. And I truly do wish you good luck. Thank you very much. Maybe Kurt Panusis can put in a good word for you with the other lottery winners he has represented. Millie, Well, Millie, that's a really nice suggestion. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You know, I think one thing that some people do is they, one thing that he spoke about at length in our interviews was he really put an emphasis on the importance of remaining private and anonymous. So it would have to be done in a way where everyone would feel and know that there would be anonymity, which we do all the time on this, not all the time, but if someone wants to come on here anonymously, we can easily blur their body, we can change their voice. But yeah, I really appreciate the suggestion. And Sherry, with the $34.99 New Zealand, $34.99 Super Sherry, and she gifted so many memberships last week. Were you guys here? Some of you, in fact, I know are members thanks to Sherry, because she has gifted so many memberships on this channel. Extremely generous, huge supporter. She says, also dreamed we were eating Marmite. Do I even speak English today? Marmite on a little crackers. Is that a piece of cheese? But Sherry, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. She's such a huge supporter. Thank you very much. And your dreams between AI and now these crackers and Marmite that I'm probably mispronouncing are extremely vivid, and I love it. I love it so much. Thank you, Sherry, for the comment and for your support. As always, is huge supporter. What was the experience? What was your experience after your dream, but prior to your win? What was your experience after your dream? My experience was, well, I speak a lot about that, so I'll keep it very brief here. But my experience was that I played pretty consistently as far as the lottery goes. I usually bought one ticket at a time. I believed I was going to win. I told people I was going to win. And I had other people tell me that I was going to win. And it just reinforced this belief that I was going to win. But I really did after having that dream about it. So I guess, and some other serendipitous things too. So that's kind of how it was for me. Love your show, and God bless to you and us all. Corinne Pelletier 777 with the extremely generous $7 super. Look at all those sevens in this. Thank you very much. God bless you as well. Thank you for your support, Corinne. Blessings, blessings, blessings. And I wish you good luck and happiness and happiness. Yes, excited for your book, The Wellbeing Librarian. Well, thank you. I'm excited. I'm so excited to share it with you because I've been working on it for quite a while now, and there's a lot in it that I'm just excited about my own journey and other people too, but it's just things that it's really diving a little deeper. Varusan. Hi, Tim. A while ago, I had a vivid dream where I won 65 million pounds, and tonight there's a 65 million Euro Millions. Hope this night is the night. Varusan, thanks for your comment, and I definitely wish you good luck. I love hearing stories like this. It reminds me of Cynthia Stafford, who won 112 million jackpot, but she played when it hit 112 million. I believe, if I remember correctly, it was 112 million once before, and then there's the second time that she saw that, if I'm not mistaken. But regardless of that, she won this exact amount that she visualized and was aiming for. And so you have to recognize that that's pretty incredible. I mean, you don't have to, but I personally think that it is. And I wish you good luck in the 65 million. Great show, Tim and his team. Well, Z-Man, thank you very much, Z-Man. Z-Man is a huge supporter of this channel. It's great to see you today. Thank you very much. Happy Friday to you. I really appreciate your support and for the very generous super. How I win the lottery with the 199 super. Amazing. Thank you. Blessings to you. I wish you good luck how I win the lottery, but something tells me you don't even need luck because with a name like that, but I do. I wish you good luck sincerely. Thank you very much. Hello in Los Angeles, Amy Liman. Hello in LA. Hello, thank you so much. Hi from London, Carol Ward. I am really excited to interview another person that's won Euro Millions. I know it's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen. Askana Pauls, do you do live streams randomly or do you schedule it? I do them. Usually it's every Friday. Usually it's every Friday in the United States. I know people are in different time zones. It's every Friday right around now. So, although Monday, if you happen to be a member of this channel, Monday we are doing a live video, and that's going to be at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, and 6 p.m. UK time. And there's a lot of time zones that I'm not including in that, but just because I haven't done the math, not because they're not important, because they are. Hi, Tim. I scratched off a $1 ticket. Call Shake My Bones for $500. Gwendolyn got her bones shaken for $500 on a scratch ticket. Off a $1 ticket, you won $500. Congratulations to you. Congrats. Thank you so much for sharing that. I love hearing stories like that. Congratulations, sincerely. How I sold my 610th book, How I Win the Lottery. Oh, see, I knew that you didn't need luck. How I Win the Lottery with a very generous $199 super. Thank you so much. And congratulations on selling your 610th book. Congratulations to you. It sounds pretty interesting. So thank you so much. I stopped buying Mega Millions after the price hike. Josh Slots, not Josh Slots. Well, and thank you so much. I mean, a lot of people, I think, may have done that. I don't really know what's happening other than the jackpots are going up a lot faster and the odds are a little better. But if you win, whether it's Mega Millions, Euro Millions, Lotto Max, Powerball, anything, you have to come onto this show. You can come on here in costume. Hey, Tim, is there any video footage of your press conference? If so, would you ever consider reviewing your own press conference on this channel? Yeba, thank you for the suggestion. I love this suggestion. There is footage. As far as I know, it's somewhere on a VHS tape, so I may be able to find it because this was 1999. So it does exist. It's also probably in some sort of media vault somewhere in with some of the networks, but yeah, definitely. And I would love to do that. And it is something I think will probably happen in the future. Thank you very much for the very generous $5 super and for your support, Yeba. Truly, that's so nice of you. It really means a lot. Everyone, don't forget to hit the like button, thumbs up button, helps this channel. JTM Vintage, yes, it's very true. If you appreciate what we're doing, hit the like button. It tells the algorithm and me that you appreciate what we're doing. And Jenny just became a member. So welcome, Jenny. I hope you can join the Members Only Live this coming Monday. But regardless, welcome to this community. And so everyone, let's welcome Jenny if you happen to be a member. And if you're not a member, that's okay. You're still welcome in this live chat. And I really appreciate you watching today. Rise, 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 my champion. The world is yours. The universe is mine. A guru with the €5.99 super sticker. I love that. The world, or the universe, it's not even the world. The world is yours. The universe is mine. There is a lot of deep meaning in that. Thank you very much for your comment and for the very generous super. I really appreciate that. And so that brings me to a question for you guys. What do you think of luck, destiny, and belief? Luck, destiny, and belief. What are your thoughts? Are things just right place at the right time? Are you destined to have a certain outcome in your life? Or can you create it? Does your belief matter? What do you guys think? I mean, I personally think that I mean, that's one of the things we talk about a lot, but I do think that we create. I think we are creators, but I respect all opinions. And I definitely believe that it's not, just a black and white simple answer. But what do you guys think? And if you think it's just the right place at the right time, then I respect you. But by our higher selves, a guru, our higher selves, yes, we create our destiny by our higher selves. What do you guys think of that? Thank you very much. I mean, I personally, when I had the dream about winning the lottery or any of the other countless dreams that I've had in my life, or a knowing, like an intuition, you see something in your mind, or you just have a hunch and then it happens in your life. I don't think that's a coincidence. And I know a lot of you don't either. I think it's really interesting. And I think when you look at the science, what the science shows about that, and you combine that with what people are experiencing, then it's even more easier, like digestible and easy to understand, because I mean, it just happens. I think it's natural and it's pretty incredible. So thank you very much for your comment. I think destiny and belief matter. S. Weber, destiny and belief matter. Well, thank you, S. Weber, for your comment. Destiny and belief. And that's an interesting thing, destiny, because if you can, some of you are really into this, but even if you're not, just accept for a moment, if it's theoretically possible to have a dream about something before it happens, to have a hunch about something before it happens and then it plays out. Or like scientists, look at the science that they've measured random number generators. They're no longer random before major world events. Or you could go on and on about these things. If it is possible for that to happen, then you get into the quantum physics and mechanics of what exactly is time? What the heck is it? Is it from past to present to future, linear, how we perceive it? Or, as quantum physics suggests, is it not that? So if it's not that, then how does destiny play into that if it's already happened in a sense? What are your guys' thoughts? It's a deep question. At least I think it's pretty interesting. FMJ with a 999 pound super. You have to love the significance of these nines. Thank you very much. Blessings to you. That is so symbolic. The year that I won the lottery, 1999. Thank you very much. Who says, played Euro Millions, feeling lucky. Enjoy a pint on me, Tim. Law of attraction is real. FMJ, thank you for the 999 super. Thank you so much. And I wish you good luck in the Euro Millions. We were just talking about how we need to get someone on this show again that has won the Euro Millions back onto this show, because it's been a few months and it's time for another Euro Millions winner to come onto this program. So FMJ, I wish you so much luck, and I hope you enjoy that pint if you're having a pint tonight. And I really appreciate your comment and your very generous super. Thank you so much, FMJ. Okay, believing in Jesus Christ and faith, David Colbrooks. David, thank you very much. Blessings to you. Thank you for your comment. I meant to say versus, not BS. So I guess I missed the comment where Millie, where you said BS, but thank you for clarifying. What is the most fun? And Googly Bear, who is a member of this channel, and I just love saying this name, Googly Bear. Thank you so much for being here. What is the most fun assignment you had during college? The most fun assignment, I think, would be, I took, obviously a lot of journalism classes and some film classes, and that's what I'm really passionate about. So probably those types of classes, especially journalism classes, and actually getting to interview people, because I love that. So that was the most fun, I would say. Athletes, notable people that are making the news, obviously, or I wouldn't be talking to them. So it's pretty interesting. S. Snodgrass, I think destiny is just your attraction to what you plan to do before you come to this existence. I think we came here with goals we don't remember. Plan for before you came. So S. Snodgrass, that's a good point. That's pretty interesting. So I've interviewed a handful of people that are very intuitive, and some of which that's their career. That's what they do, is they give psychic readings and that sort of thing, or spiritual, or people even that have had near-death experiences where their bodies have died and they've left and they've come back to talk about it. And one thing that I find very interesting is that if you believe in that, which I do, I believe we're more than just our bodies, that our energy continues. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. And so if you believe that, then it's just, then what happened before you were here? Did you choose your body? And if so, are you here to learn specific lessons, as a lot of people, spiritualists, believe? What do you guys think about that? I just don't know. The point is to decide and hold on. Neon the Phoenix. Thank you for your comment, Neon the Phoenix. I am not a darts player, but a few weeks ago on holiday, I was throwing darts. Only on the dart, I really believed I was going to get a bullseye. It went in. Only managed it once, but believed it. J.M. Schultz. Well, with a name like that, you have to be hitting the bullseyes. J.M. Schultz. I mean, look at the pro athletes, for example, because darts is kind of a sport, or maybe it is a sport and I'm misclassifying it, but visualizing, I mean, it's the same thing. If you play basketball, I do Muay Thai, like you do something like that and you visualize, you feel it, you get into the flow state. And I think that is the sweet spot, and it really helps achieve things. So I believe in that fully, truly. Also stopped playing Mega Millions after the price hikes. Now I play Cash for Life and Powerball. Kojo, thanks for your comment. All right, we're going to try to get caught up in this chat. And I also want to say, I have to mention, because we are running short on time, that there is did you guys watch this lottery scam video that came out a few days ago? This channel is not about exposing scams. That's not the point of this channel. That's not like even a sub niche of this channel. That's not what we're doing here. But there's a viewer and a fan of this channel who wrote in, there's this scam where she went on to this website. She discovered it was a fake Manuel Franco website. Did you guys watch this video? And it was a fake scam where they were scamming people. He was impersonating this lottery winner, and they had these several channels. They had a fake attorney, a fake courier service, all this stuff. And this particular viewer did not fall for it. She knew immediately, well, they requested money from her, and she knew immediately that it was a scam, because why would a Powerball winner actually do that? You know, ask you for money to give them money. So I just wanted to clarify that she knew that it was a scam, but she was nice enough to give us an interview, and we went and we exposed the scam and we took it down. Here's a preview of that video.
$1,000 that a Powerball winner had chosen me. That 768 million. They're playing along. They event from scratch.
I just want to get to the conclusion of this.
Winners, along with professional.
Okay, it wouldn't come up. And then we sent this last message.
Thank you for your tireless dedication to this very real and not at all suspicious scam. You wanted me to send $365 over Zelle, but there's a catch. I'm not a victim. I'm not even Michael Foster.
You pretended to be Michael
money.
Foster.
What you're getting is exposure. You messed with the wrong winner. And that's really why I did
this. So this is not a scam channel, but if you watch that video, then what did you think of it? Because we were able to successfully take down that scam, thankfully. And so that no longer exists. And we're just wanted to say thank you to the anonymous person that came on and brought that to our attention, who went to their website and did not actually fall for it and knew it was a scam, but brought it to our attention. So thank you so much. And so great show, Tim. Thanks for your service from Toronto. Thank you very much for your support from Canada, from Toronto. The Scammers Payback YouTube channels are popular, says Rob B. Me. Yeah, I mean, if you are into scams, like scammers, like getting scammers, exposing scammers, that sort of thing, that's a very popular channel. That is true. Visualization is very good. Accepting your reality is how you manifest that visualization. Mom. All right. The scam video is one of my favorites. Well, Neon the Phoenix, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you so much. It's a little different from what we normally do here, but I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Sitting in a lawn chair on the beautiful property I inherited. Can't wait to build my dream home in this exact spot. Ricky, thank you for your comment. I've interviewed a few people that have built they've won homes. One person, Rick Wallace, won a dream home in Canada, and he visualized the whole thing down to the rooms. And so he just does not believe that it was an accident that he won that. What do you guys think about that? I watched that video. I was like, go get him, Tim. You did so good by pretending and then reporting. Millie, thank you very much. In my heart, I'm passionate about investigative journalism and that sort of thing. So to me, it felt fulfilling to make a positive difference by that video. And it seems like we did. So thank you very much. Good luck to everyone playing. Googly Bear, good luck to you. Thank you. Good luck to you. And I love that you use your channel for good. Ms. Really, thank you. And I appreciate your support. Yes, smash the like button, JTM Vintage. If you appreciate what we are doing here, do it. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. I mean, it means a lot to me, but I really appreciate it. I know for a fact, if you believe and have an open mind, you can manifest anything. Daniel Marquez. Daniel, thanks for your comment. What do you guys think? Can you manifest anything? Are there limitations? Or are there no limitations? Because it's just interesting. I believe that to a very, very large extent, anything and everything is possible. I truly do. I mean, sacred intuition. Nice to see you. Thank you so much. I mean, you wouldn't have the desire if it wasn't attainable, if it wasn't possible, right? What do you guys think about that? Anything. We live in a multiverse. A guru. I remember we live in a universe that's designed to serve us endless possibilities, outcomes. All string theory, a guru. String theory is pretty interesting, that is for sure. This is my new favorite channel, but I got here late. Troy, welcome to you. I am honored that this is your favorite channel, and I'm also super excited that you are here. Better late than never, because really on the quantum level, there's no time anyway. You're not late. You're here at the perfect time. Thank you so much, Troy, for being here and for being a member of this channel. Thank you very much. And we are running kind of short on time, but let me try to get to a couple more questions. Do you still have that Nintendo 64 you bought after your win in 1999? Dinka, I do. Thank you for your question. I do. It's sitting in I hate to say this, but it's sitting in a box somewhere in a basement, probably collecting dust, which is not where it should be, but I do have it. That's the first thing I bought after winning the lottery. So I still have it for sentimental reasons, I guess, but thank you so much for your question. I'm visualizing how it will be when I'm having my interview with Tim and after I win a jackpot very soon. Daniel, I love that. I love that visualization. Thanks for your comment. They said the quantum computer chips implicate the multiverse, almost to say they couldn't run without it. Jeff Huckle. That's pretty interesting. Jeff, that's pretty interesting. quantum computer chips. I don't claim to be I'm not an expert with that, but the whole quantum world is extremely fascinating. And when you look at just what AI is doing and everything, I mean, think about where we are going to be in just a short period of time, where we are already, but I feel like we're just really brushing the surface. I feel like we're in a revolution or something. Have you ever physically felt intuition or empathy? Sherry, thank you very much for the very generous super. Huge, one of the biggest supporters of this channel. Sherry, thank you very much. Have you ever physically felt intuition or empathy? Physically. So I think like a body part, like physically feeling something. And I don't know if it's, for me, it's more usually what I see, what I have seen or felt, what I feel for me. Or there's sometimes I've heard things and then, so I guess there's that too, but felt anything, not necessarily, although I have been in some quite a few haunted houses for a documentary I was making a few years ago about ghosts and haunted places and the afterlife. And I was touched physically by, I looked and nothing was there. I pinched and my hair was pinched. And so I have felt things that way. But as far as my intuition, I don't think I've physically felt things, but I certainly have, in my mind. So hopefully that answers your question. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And that's a pretty interesting, like if you have felt something physical, then I'd like to hear that story because that's a pretty interesting topic. Thank you very much, Sherry, for your support. As always, huge supporter. Do you still visualize your goals and dreams? Calvin Porter. Absolutely, I do visualize. I visualize and I pray and I meditate. I'm very much into these things because I think it makes a huge difference in our mentality, at least for me, mentality and, where you're going. And I don't view it anymore like life is happening to me. This external thing is not happening to me. I'm not a victim of anything external. It's not like this person said this and, it's switching the mentality of how you perceive it. And so hopefully that makes sense. But I do visualize and I do use prayer and dreams. Absolutely. I think for me, a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times if I ask for an answer in a dream, then I will get an answer in a dream if I'm in the right mind space. So that's for me though. That's everybody's different, but what do you guys think about that? Would you ever buy a luxury wristwatch? Would you ever buy a luxury wristwatch for you? Z-Man. Well, I'll tell you what, Z-Man, if we have an interview, like you and I, if something happens, you win a major prize, maybe you already have, I don't know. But if something happens where we're like doing an interview, I'll get a luxury watch and wear it just for that. But normally I don't wear watches. So thank you for your question though. I really appreciate that. What is your, okay, we're not good. All right. Let me get to, all right, we're just about out of time, but I just want to say, have you ever felt, just want to ask one last question to you guys. Have you ever felt that something was meant for you, that something bigger was meant for you? If so, like, what is that and what are you doing? Because we talk a lot about, just winning prizes and the lottery, but that extends way, way, way beyond that. Like something that you want to achieve in your life. So like, have you ever felt like you're meant for something more? And what do you think about that? Because I feel that way. And I feel that you can create what you want to achieve. I think that you can. And you look at all many of the successful people, whether they're pro athletes, actors, CEOs, motivational speakers, TV hosts. I could go on and on. Anything that means something to you, so like a position that you respect. And like oftentimes there are similarities in some of the personalities, in the mindsets, which is really interesting. Like, for example, one thing that a few years ago that sort of changed my mindset was like, I think a lot of people, you can either be like sitting in the stands, watching things happen like a sporting event. You're sitting there as a spectator, watching things happen. It's comfortable. There's little to no risk because you're just watching it happen. But the one thing that is absolutely guaranteed is that you have zero control over the game because you're not in it. You're not making a play. You're not out there like taking a risk. And sure, maybe you can go out and take a shot and try to get the ball. I'm saying if you're playing basketball, but put it for any sport. You try and you fail, but if you do, then get back up. At least you're in the game. And that's how people succeed. They visualize, they believe, they get on there and they take action steps, and then they keep trying with being persistent, and they get better and better and better and better. And then they master what they're trying to do. So yeah, that's a long rant. Sorry about that. I would be in nature. Sherry, Sherry, I love that. You have to love nature. It's healthy. Nature is healthy. And here's a $5.99 Euro super sticker from Aguro. Thank you very much. Thank you so much to everyone. If time and money does not exist, what would you do? How would your day look? How would your day look like if time and money does not exist? That is a very interesting question. If time and money do not exist, then what would you be doing with yourself if there were no time and money was not something that was a factor? Because I think that would change a lot for a lot of people if you really start thinking about that. That's a deep question. Thank you very much for the thoughtful question and for the very generous $5.99 super. Thank you so much, Aguro. Really appreciate that. This is the best. Okay. This is the best lotto winner question after you did seen and bought everything you dreamed. You wake up now. What does your day look like? What is your passion? JTM Vintage. Yeah, it is a really good question. I mean, everybody's different. For me, my passion, one of my main passions is this YouTube channel and this podcast. I put almost all of my free time into it, other than I love exercising. I'm passionate about that too, whether it's running or lifting weights or doing a circuit or doing kickboxing or Muay Thai, or anything. Or I love it. I love exercise. And I don't do it. I mostly do it for the mental reasons, but there's other positive things about it too. But I just love it. That's kind of what my day looks like. Timothy, what would you do differently in your life from what? Hold on a second. This is Gavin Burtz. Is this the Gavin Burtz? Because we interviewed Gavin Burtz the interview was a while ago, but it was released 2 or 3 weeks ago. And he won a major scratch ticket prize. And we were lucky enough to get him onto this podcast to come on here and tell us all about it. He has an incredible story. If you guys have not watched that interview with Gavin Burtz, check it out. You guys should check it out. But I think it's interesting because we get a lot of lottery winners in these lives, and this has happened yet again. Gavin Burtz is here. He says, Timothy, what would you do differently in your life from what you currently do if you won $2 billion in the Powerball? What would I be doing differently if I won $2 billion? So if I won that much money, what would I be doing differently? That is a very good question. What I would be doing differently, I would probably I'd probably have a much higher budget for my business and this podcast and YouTube channel and everything. So there'd probably be some production changes with that. But as far as what else would I be doing differently, I don't know. I've never really been into material possessions. Maybe I would be in different. I mean, you could just take your dreams and you can magnify them by however much you win. So if you win 100,000, if you win 1,000,000, if you win 10 million, 30 million, 100 million, or 2 billion, you take your dreams and you magnify them. So in my case, my dreams that I'm already doing, which you don't need to win the lottery to achieve your dreams. That's, most of you know that, but almost anyone that's ever achieved their dreams hasn't won the lottery. But if you do, like Gavin has or I have, then at least my opinion is that it can magnify what you're already into. So hopefully that answers your question, Gavin, but I'm so excited that he is here today. So welcome. Gifted 10. Oh my gosh. And Sherry just gifted 10 more memberships. She donated some supers earlier. Last week, she helped a lot of people with memberships, and now 10 more people that are lucky enough to be here live. We're just giving free memberships. That is incredible. That is so nice of you. So generous. Amazing. Everybody thank Sherry for those. And Sherry, thank you very much. And remember, this coming Monday, there's a members only live. And I have a hunch it's going to be our busiest one so far with all these new members. But this coming Monday, that's 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. UK time. And that's a members only live. We're going to be able to get to each and every question. But Sherry, thank you so much for the extremely generous gifting those memberships. And Pat Moo, and you have to love that name. Pat Moo says thanks. Is Pat Moo, were you just gifted a membership? If so, congratulations to you. Congratulations to all 10 of you, whoever you are. YouTube randomly selects them, but Sherry is the one that gifted them. So blessings to Sherry. And thank you guys so much for your support. I do need to get going, but wherever you are watching in the world, just if you play the lottery, yes. And she says Monday, Tuesday. So Sherry in New Zealand, that would be Tuesday. If you play the lottery, play responsibly, never spend more than you can afford to lose, have fun, dream big. Remember, anything and everything is possible. Have a fantastic weekend. There's so many interviews coming soon with lottery winners and others, but we will see you soon.